Moving into the North Atlantic, no issue for the U.S. mainland, and really things out in the Gulf pretty quiet, which is great. But this summer we've been dealing with our fair share of heat, humidity, and of course those strong lightning-producing thunderstorms. And as far as what we've got on the radar, we're seeing some of those right now. But they're mainly along our coastline, but they're moving away from our coastline. But just because this batch of showers and storms is moving away doesn't mean that we're going to end up dry today. We're going to have another round flare-up starting at midday, and they can pack a punch. They will look very similar to what these are looking like right now. They can dump heavy amounts of rain and be big lightning producers, and they will track from the north to the south. And they're all going to be in advance of this second front that's easing its way in from the north. Our air is humid and muggy. Behind the front, the air is a lot more dry and stable. Showers and storms will form in advance of this thing. The threat for rain today about 50%. The front sinks to the south, and as it does, we will start to see the rain chances lower as we head in for the rest of the week. We're not going to get much of a temperature change with this thing, unfortunately, but what we are going to see is a nice drop in our rain chance for the rest of the week and as we approach the weekend. Now here's a look at that tropical activity. The Gulf is quiet. The Caribbean is quiet. The Atlantic is relatively quiet with the exception of Hurricane Eduard, which is a very strong Category 2 with maximum sustained winds at 110 miles an hour. He's tracking northwest at 13, and he could become the first major hurricane of the season later today, reaching Category 3 strength, but still the track recurves Eduard into the North Atlantic, and he won't be an issue for the U.S. Temperature right now 76 in both Daphne and Gulf Shores. Mobile, you're sitting at 73. Theodore at 76, same for Gulf Shores, Perdido Key 79, and Pensacola 74. Beginning at midday, that's when the showers and storms begin to initialize. Expect the heavy pockets of rain and the lightning as this front sinks from the north to the south. Now the strong storms continue through the afternoon and the evening, so that means for the drive home today, it can be nasty in several spots of the viewing area. It won't be until tonight that we start to see the storms weaken and die off. 10 o'clock, we could still have some strong storms around, but by midnight, I think everyone goes dry and stays that way through tomorrow morning. So the puddle ducky is going to be splashing around today. The high temperature 90 inland, 86 south of I-10 with afternoon storms and a light north wind in advance of that front. Then we see the storms weaken as we head in overnight tonight. We'll expect the temperatures to drop between about 69 and 73 with the winds overall remaining calm. And you'll notice on the 7-day we don't get a huge change in the temperature, but the rain chances do drop down. 20% tomorrow, 10% Thursday. Mainly dry for Friday and mainly dry for the weekend. Highs on average will be in the upper 80s and the lows will be in the upper 60s. So it does look like we will be trending drier in the days ahead. Eric?